Yo, what's good? Today I'm gonna be teaching y'all how to lock in on the mid tape. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. If you want more barber tutorials, more easy broken down steps, and let's get into the video.
Please stop acting fake if you know.
Now the first thing we're gonna do is brush the client's hair down, or you can comb it. It's either or. And then we're gonna be using our trimmers to set in that first guideline. This first guideline will be a ball guideline, so it leaves a nice, transition from, a lot of hair or the hair at the top of his head to the fade or the blend at the bottom where the least amount of hair will be at. It'll be a nice smoother transition. We're choosing to set it in with our trimmers this time. We usually set it in with our clippers. Setting the first ball guideline in with your with clippers, will make that first guideline a lot easier to take out. Usually as barbers, if you're just starting to get into barbering, if you're in school or whatnot, that first line is always tough to take out, but we're using our soft trimmers. A soft trimmer is something that's not zero gap to set in that first guideline to make it easy for us to take out. This is our second guideline that we're setting in right here with our Andy's Masters. This is the lever all the way open, and now we're going to start working our way down to all the way closed until we get to the bottom. We're not truly, we start off with the lever all the way open, and we're slowly closing the lever until we get to that first guideline. When we end up with our Andy's Masters with the lever closed, it will be all the way at the bottom of the guideline when we first start off with that first guideline. And it's just me showing y'all my steps and my processes. Now after you fade that out, you do want to take out whatever you set that first guideline in, you do want to take it out with the same exact thing. And see, we flipped our trimmers over just so it doesn't create another harsh guideline. Now this is our number 2 guard all the way close, and this is what we're going to use to debulk everything. Debulking everything is essential. It gives you a nice firm foundation when starting any taper, any fade. You want to make sure any unnecessary hair that you don't want to cut is out of the way, and this is why we debulk. Now we have on our 1 guard, lever all the way open. Whenever we throw on a new guard, the lever will be all the way open. We did set in we did take out all of the bulk with our lever all the way closed. So that lets us know that anything underneath that lever all the way closed, that guard with the lever all the way closed, will continue to fade, will continue with our fading down process. So all we're doing is detailing right now. We start off with our lever all the way open with our number 1 guard. And we're doing the same exact thing we did with our second guideline, with fading out that second guideline. Sorry, my voice is going in and out. But right now we're just detailing. Our lever is halfway and we're detailing. Now we have our number 0 guard, and we're picking up where we left off from with that number 1 guard all the way closed. And we're doing the same exact processes, mainly using the edges of our corners just to knock out those lines. And then we're going to continue doing the same thing with the lever all the way open with no guard. I find that the Andy's Masters is really nice at detailing. So if y'all want a nice detailing clipper, this will be that clipper for y'all, as I've really grown to like it in the last past week or so that I've been using it. And we are going to use some hair clips just to get that hair up out the way. For the back neck area, we're doing the same exact processes, lever all the way open, and we're going to follow that same shape that we set in that guideline there. And then we're going to do the start our fading down process. Fading down, the reason why I teach fading down, or I push fading down so hard on my channel, is because fading down allows you to not cut the hair that you do not want to cut. As barbers, as we begin in our careers, we tend to fade too high, or you rarely never catch anybody. Well, I'm not I'm not gonna lie, I've seen people in barber school fade too low, bro. Like literally not give anyone a tape at all or any type of fade. But look, we do tend to fade high a lot. So I would say it's like a 75, 25 type ordeal when it comes to that. So now we're just taking our 2 guard and we're debulking everything that we want to cut. well, at that we, the areas that we want to cut. So lever is all the way closed, and now we're with our one guard, and we're just working in that area. Lever all the way open with our one guard, and we're slowly closing the lever. As we're slowly closing the lever, we're slowly moving down as well. It makes no sense to close the lever and be in the same exact spot that you just faded out or just tried to fade out with the lever all the way open. That will cause us to bring the blend up a lot more higher. Imagine setting in that that second, guideline that we had set in with our lever all the way open with no guard, and then went up with our number 2 guard, and then went back to that lever all the way open. It would make no sense to have set in that first lever all with that second guideline with the lever all the way open, and now the fade would be much higher than intended. So right here we're just using our zero guard, and we're just knocking out that line. Look how beautiful this back tape is. These clippers cut very, very well. I feel like the guards are really, really nice when it comes to Andes Masters. I feel like they really grip and comb through the hair, because the guard is only a comb that feeds towards the clipper blades or to the clipper blades. That's all the guards are for. So you want to find each brand has their own unique way of guards. You want to find, if you're with a different clipper company or you like a different brand, you want to find some type of guards that really grip the hair. Maybe it's just not the clippers, maybe it's the type of guard that you're using. Everything really matters when it comes to barbering. I want to say it matters a lot, the type of blades you're using. They have fade blades, taper blades. They got all these different things. And right here, we're just taking some alcohol and a cotton swab, and we're just cleaning the line up with the areas that you're going to be lining up. What the alcohol pad does is it cleans the skin and it dries it out, so we can get that nice ashy, lineup that we want. And then we're going to continue to spray some holding spray, and then, blow dry on cold. You always want to blow dry on cold. And this is our lineup process. Our special lineup process this is what's going to bring that lineup together and make it look enhanced. This is very important because you have a lot of clients that do not like the black spray in this world, and you have a lot of clients that do. You don't want to just learn how to cut with enhancements. You want to learn how to cut without enhancements, so you can increase your revenue, increase your brand, get rich like I'm trying to do. And yeah, we're on that back lineup. As you can see, this is without enhancements. I have nothing on my clipper. It's just a regular trimmer. And yeah, you can see the ash line. It's a faint ash line. It might look like might be pushing them back or anything like that, but that's that ash line is really hitting. And my steps in my process is to my lineup prep. They really work, man. As y'all can see right here, I can see everything right here. And basically what I do for the neck lineup, I just use my pointer finger and my thumb, and I grip the trimmer, and then I want to say my knuckle to hold down the ear when it comes on that right side. And then on the left side, you can slightly see I got my middle finger holding down that left ear, and I'm just working it with my right hand with that trimmer blade. And everything below that, I just flip the trimmer over, and then get all the excess hair off. I don't want to use it like this with the cutting blade closest to the skin while getting all the excess hair off, because it will cause irritation because my clippers are sharp. And I'm just showing y'all want to line up the thickest point of his lineup. Y'all don't want a lot of hair going, coming back as new growth, and you have that bad new growth coming in. And you don't want to line up to where you're not lining up nothing at all. You want a nice firm foundation. And look how beautiful this neck taper and this side taper came out. Just this side view, just by me setting in this C cup right here. And C cups are very, very easy. Just don't think too hard about it. All you do is start at the bottom of the C cup, pick an area that's most thickest at, to where the hair looks like it's a successful. Just think: is this client, whenever this client comes home, whenever this client goes home, will he, when he takes a shower, will he still have a lineup after he get out the shower? Well, after he get out the shower. That's what y'all want to think of whenever y'all doing these lines, because some people will go home and they will not have a lineup if you don't actually line up the lineup. And right here, this is very important to create symmetry within inside of the haircut. And creating symmetry within inside of a haircut will, jump y'all haircuts, bring y'all haircuts to a whole new level. And I'm just making sure the C cups are even. I set in a little indent right there, if y'all could see it or not. pieces of hair is gone at the top of his C cup, and now all I'm doing is starting at the bottom, and I'm meeting where I set that foundation at, or that indent at, that I had matched both C cups at. And right there, that's a perfect match, perfect C cup. And I'm just gonna go back in and kind of it's good to tweak your stuff. It's never perfect this first time. Sometimes people like to set in rough drafts or not. So when starting up the front lineup, you do want to make sure it's at a level. You don't want your client way too far down. You don't want your client way too high up, like I got him right now. And then you don't want them way too far down, because you don't want to look on top of the client's head. When the client goes home, the client is looking from an eye level view, a face to face view whenever they go home and they look in the mirror. Whenever you hand them that mirror while they're sitting in the chair, they're looking at a face to face interaction with that mirror. So you want to get to a point to where you're feeling comfortable. You're not too the client's not too high, not too low, and then you want to kind of slightly tilt their head up, and then you just want to go in the middle, and work your way towards the weak side. Typically, our client does have a pretty strong lineup, but we're just gonna work on the right side. Here's a strong lineup. You could kind of push the corners up a little bit more, because as you can see, he's naturally has a like a oval shaped lineup. You could slightly, you could ask him, or you could just do it on your own, because it's just the slightest bit. You could kind of slightly tilt the corners up a little bit to make it give it that that 100% boxed out line, straight lineup that everybody desires for him. But if you want to go with his his natural lineup and goes with what he has, then you can do that as well. And all we did was work our way to the right side. We only use the right side of our trimmer blade to line our clients up. You want to get to a point to where it's right there towards the vertical bar, and then you just want to turn your clippers to the side. Cutting blade out, not towards the client's hair. If the cutting blade, see right here, if the cutting blade is the blade that's moving. The steel blade is the blade that y'all can physically see right now. Is the cutting blade is sitting on top of the steel blade whenever it comes to a trimmer and a clipper. So when doing this, if you used to have the cutting blade towards the client's hair, it'll be cutting more hair than usual. The cutting blade will meet the hair before the steel blade does, and you do not want that to happen. Now when working and making a symmetrical lineup, you do want to revert back to the middle. The middle is the foundation when it comes to the lineup. Work your way to one side, typically most likely the weak side. Work your way towards that weak side first, and then work your way towards the other side by starting in the middle. And this is why we only use half of our blade, so we can match what we've previously already lined up with the hairs that we haven't lined up already. That's why on the left side, we only use the left side of our blade. With that right side of our blade, we're matching it up where we already have lined up, just to keep that or ensure that straight line up all the way through. And then we did make sure our vertical bars were placed in the same exact spots. We use his eyebrows for that. We use the arch and the edge of his eyebrows just to see where that right side vertical bar had landed at, and then we're seeing where that left side vertical bar where to place that left side vertical bar, and we got a symmetrical lineup. Now we just added our our pencil and our enhancements just for a little pop. I do use a special mixture of mine that I hopefully I could come out with my own not holding spray, but enhancements in the future. That's something that I really desire, and I really want to get out to y'all, because I feel like I feel like this was a little bit too light for his skin, for his hair color. But I feel like I have a nice mixture to where it doesn't look too fake. It barely looks like he has anything on it. It just looks natural as possible. That's the look that I go for. And now we're using our hand sponge. I feel like a hand sponge is a lot better when it comes to actually getting that look that we want. But look, hopefully I like the video. It's HYV. It's HYB. If you're not handling business and what you're doing, and we out.
Please don't be crazy.